Welcome to WPForms, the best WordPress contact form plugin on the market. In this video, I'm going to show you how to show a payment field based on a date in WordPress. Displaying payment fields on specific dates is a common requirement for a lot of WordPress websites, especially if you're handling event registrations, seasonal bookings, or time-sensitive services. But before we begin, be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can keep up with all of our latest tips and tricks for WordPress. Now let's get started. For this tutorial, we're going to be using the Calculations add-on. Starting off in the WordPress dashboard, we're going to first install and activate the Calculations add-on, so go to WPForms, Add-ons, and find Calculations, then install and activate it. Once the add-on has been activated, we can head into the form builder, so click on Add New from the left side to be taken into the form builder. You can either create your form entirely from scratch, choose an existing form template, or use WPForms AI to generate an entire form based on your prompt. For this tutorial, I'm going to create one from scratch and go from there. I'm going to go over two examples on how to set this up. Once the form builder has loaded, I'm going to start adding in my fields. I'm going to add a name, email, and phone number field first. Then I'm going to add a date-time field since we want to show or hide the payment field based on the date the user chooses. I'm also going to add two hidden fields to my form. Afterwards, let's add a payment field to the form. In my case, I'm going to use a multiple items field. Next, we're going to confirm the date field's format, so click on the date-time field to access its settings and click on the Advanced tab. Find the drop-down called Format. By default, the format is set to month, day, and year. You can use this field to either confirm or change it. Once this is done, click on one of the hidden fields and change the label. I'm going to change it to default date, but you can change it to whatever you'd like. Next, click on the Advanced tab and look for the field called Default Value. In this field, you're going to write the date that the users need to choose in order to have the payment field appear. Afterwards, click on the second hidden field on your form, click on the Advanced tab, and click on the toggle called Enable Calculation. This will bring up a text box where we'll be able to create a calculation that will compare the value the user selects in the date-time field with the default date we wrote down in the hidden field. So let's write it out together. First write if, then in open parentheses, then click on the button called Insert Field and select the option called datetime_date. This will add a variable that represents the datetime field into the calculation. Moving on, add two equal signs, then click on Insert Field again, and search for the hidden field that should now be labeled as default date or whatever you chose to name it. Afterwards, add a colon after the closed parentheses, then hit Enter on your keyboard and write in 1. Press Enter again to move on to the next line, then write else, and hit Enter again and add 0. Press Enter once more, then write end if, You can view the formula here in more detail, but keep in mind that the variables for your form fields will be different from what's currently on screen. Be sure to click on the Validate Formula link below the text box to scan your formula for any errors. What this formula is saying is that if the value a user selects in the date-time field matches the value in the hidden field, then we'll set the field's value to 1 in the calculation. Otherwise, the calculation will return to 0, meaning that the date the user selected does not match the date in the hidden field. We need these values to use them in our conditional logic, which will be our next step. Click on the Multiple Items field, then click on the Smart Logic tab, and click on the Enable Conditional Logic toggle. You'll then see a few dropdowns you can use to create your conditional logic rule. In my case, I want conditional logic to show this Multiple Items field if the user selects a specific date in the date-time field. Remember, the date we want to trigger this rule is the date we wrote down in the hidden field. And according to the calculation we just created, if the date a user chooses in the date-time field is the same as what we wrote in the hidden field, then the value the formula will calculate is 1. So our rule will read as follows. Show this field if hidden field is 1. Save your changes and click on the Preview button to test out the fields. On the front end, you won't see any of the hidden fields we added to the form. Select the specified date in the Date Time field, and as you can see, the Multiple Items field will appear. But if you don't pick the right date, then the Multiple Items field won't appear at all. Now let's go over our second example. Let's say you only want to show the Multiple Items field if the user is older than 18. On our form, we'll add our two hidden fields, a Date Time field. Click on one of the hidden fields and change the label to say Current Date. Then click on the Advanced tab and enable Calculations. In the text box, write in the following: Now, and two parentheses. This function will set the value of the hidden field to the current date and time. Next, click on the second hidden field and change the label to Age Calculator. Afterwards, click on the Advanced tab, enable Calculations, and add the following formula in the text box: years, open parentheses, then use the Insert Field button to select the Date Time field, then add a comma, then Insert Field again, and select the hidden field called Current Date. These two variables will be inside the parentheses. Then, like with the previous method, select the Multiple Items field or whatever payment field you added to your form, and click on the Smart Logic tab, and click on the toggle to enable it. Select Age Calculator from the drop-down, and in the middle drop-down, select Greater Than. Then in the empty text field, write in 17. The rule will then read, show this field if Age Calculator is greater than 17. This will ensure that the payment field will only appear if the user selects a date in the Date Time field that indicates that they are at least 18 years old. When you're done, save your changes and test out your form again. If everything looks good, you can add your form to your page and you're all set. You now know how to show a payment field based on the date a user selects on your WordPress form. If you have any questions or concerns, please visit WPForms.com and check out our documentation page, where you can find step-by-step written guides for all of our features, add-ons, and more. You can also join our WPForms VIP Circle group on Facebook to learn even more tips and tricks, as well as be part of the growing WPForms community. If you need any extra help, please visit our contact page and reach out to our support team. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.